Hey guys, Matt from Soundrolling.com here in Malta at the moment, but just flying to Prague for a couple of days. So if you're in Prague, hit me up down below or on Instagram or whatever. Had a question from Line Level Media. So he says, basically want to know if there's a way to run two tracks from a boom, one set at a normal gain, one set at a safety. There's a way of pre-fading the ISOs and then having it boosted in the mix, because he started with a 302 going into a 702T from Sound Devices, and really like the ability to run two ISO tracks, one hot and one low. This is also a similar feature on, say, the Zooms and things as well. They can record at two set inputs because it's a digital mixer. I know there's a lot less danger, but I kind of like the original two-track setup. Any thoughts on this? Should I just forget about safety track days and trust my limiters do the job? I would say generally trust the limiters are doing their job. They are really, really good. Again, I generally do like soft knee, and then I do it from about 16 dBu. So you basically have to go up like 80 dB of gain to even start to reach clipping, which is obviously an insane amount. And yeah, you're never going to be able to route the kind of before adding gain. The kind of ISO tracks pre-fade on the 6 series. So yeah, you just have to make sure that you're setting your gain adequately. If you're in a really dynamic scene, then you need to obviously just make sure that you're setting your gain appropriately and trying to have rehearsals and trying to get the best you can. You can always play it a bit more safe. I'd say where it gets critical with gain in terms of very dynamic scenes and limiters in general is just on radio mic packs, because a lot of people again just kind of set their radio mic pack to one thing and then just seem to forget about it. So it's important to constantly change that depending on the scenario as well. But otherwise, yeah, I would totally trust the limiters, and again, I would just make sure unless you've the limiters are obviously only going to do so much. If you whack your gain up to absolutely full, then you can definitely still clip it or have it sound like really compressed and distorted. So it's not a complete lifesaver depending on how you set it up, but if you set it up correctly, you're going to have loads of headroom to be able to work with without losing anything. So I've done lots of stuff where it's documentary style, lots of stuff where people are shouting and being kind of semi-quiet as well. So it's just important to just set that gain structure properly, and remember that also then you have the fader as well, but and also when you're combining signals, that will make your mix track even louder than just the original ISOs altogether. So there's a lot of things to consider, but it's basically just getting used to getting the right sort of level. And the great thing about the 6 series is actually having that readout as well, telling you what the gain is, because now I'm getting very used to, I plug in certain microphones and I know if I turn the gain up to 30 dB, then it's going to be perfectly adequate for normal conversation, let's say, or with my MK41, it's like around 50 dB added, but if it's really loud, then I go maybe down to 40, or if it's quite quiet, I go up to 55. So it's all about getting used to your own gear as well. So yeah, I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine with the 623. And if you have any more questions down below, then yeah, get in touch. Hit me up on whatever. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Back for another round of videos, and there's going to be more videos just on the 688. Thought I'd do more like I did for the 664 in terms of just breaking down certain things as well. So look forward to seeing that as well. So gonna go catch a flight soon. So till later, see you next time.